Peace, my brothers and sisters. In this series, Becoming a Confederation channel, the first stage, I'll just be going a little bit into the preliminaries of taking on this endeavor. So I guess we'll call this episode 1. First off, if you have no idea what the Confederation is, or the terms I'm using, love, light, love, if you've never heard of the one infinite creator, intelligent infinity, an instrument, the law is one, that law is love. If none of these words are making any sense to you, then go to the welcome video, the Love Light Instruments overview, and go to the website that you see me browsing in that video, and you can begin your journey of discovering the law of one by reading about the raw contact and the volumes associated with them. Begin there, and one thing I can say is there's a whole host of information out there of all flavors and perspectives that can introduce you to the law of one. And that will be a beautiful journey in and of itself that many of our brothers and sisters have covered. So yes, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's okay. Just come to the knowledge of the law of one, and then you can come back. This resource will always be here. Now, if you are living the law of one, if you feel this calling very strongly, then you may continue. This is just how can I call it? I would say there are just some things to be mindful of before embarking on the path of the Confederation channel. But this applies to any channeling, really. One of the first barriers, and this is something that I came to the knowledge of in my experience with becoming a channel, which at first I didn't have any thought to do, but one day the energies were aligned and I was having a lot of powerful insight moments, powerful metaphysical moments, and all of a sudden, after never having considered the possibility, not even having it in my awareness to any significant degree, all of a sudden I was in this reality where this was my calling and I knew I could do it. So yes, the first, we'll call it, thing to be mindful of, these will be a little informal, is fear. You shouldn't have any fear with channeling. The idea of sharing your body of light with another body of light, with that energy and the collective awareness of that energy, which is full of unconditional love, full of light and patience and wisdom and joy and mystery and excitement. The idea of allowing that body of light into your body of light, the intertwining of energies, and the union of that being expressed from the blue ray energy center, your throat chakra, your voice, should be a very pleasing, exciting, and beautiful thing for you. It should not fill you with fear or a sense of trepidation. You should not be worrying about being possessed by, a negative being coming through instead. If you have any fears that are deep-seated, it's not advised to begin the process of channeling until you have addressed those fears. And that is because fear, and I'm sure I'm speaking to the choir here, fear has a specific vibration. And that vibration can be like blood in the water, full of sharks. I'll leave that metaphor there. So you definitely want to come from your highest excitement, your highest joy. Be open and free and innocent with a childlike heart, happy to entangle your body of light with another body of light and extend in service. This is a very healthy psychological configuration to have with channeling of any kind, but especially with the Confederation. You will find that they will not approach if there's fear. The next thing I would say to be mindful of when beginning or considering beginning to be a love light instrument, a vocal channeling love light instrument, is what is your reason? Is your reason for service? Is your reason for love? You simply want to be in communion with our brothers and sisters of light and love? Is the reason simply curiosity, or you want to see if you can? Every reason has a certain charge to it. And the more foundational and strong your reason is, the more of it's more likely that you will stick to the faculty of vocal channeling. In my experience, when you're vocal channeling a higher density being of the Confederation, that point of intertwining of energies stirs up the energy of your own reality and presents you with opportunities to grow and transform by using the information that came out of you, that you channeled. And this may come in the form of catalyst. And sometimes there are small moments of what I call high catalyst points. And those high catalyst points are designed to allow you to better integrate that which you channel, to walk your talk, so to speak. And if your reasoning is very, we'll call it psychically flimsy, then when that catalyst comes in to refine you, to bring you into greater alignment of positive polarity and service to others' orientation, you may not hold fast to your commitment to vocal channeling. You may drop it all together, perceiving it to be some form of psychic greeting, when actually it's just a refinement in the fires of light and love. It's an evolution point. So the reasoning is very important. It's okay to write a list of the reasons, and if you see that they don't feel like they have a strong enough charge, then you can always come back to the faculty later. This should be something that is burning in your heart, gnawing at the back of your subconscious and calling you to action. You can't not act is the feeling. It's a biological imperative almost, just like the inhale after the exhale. You can't not inhale after the exhale. Unless you're having a holding your breath contest, which ends sooner or later. Another thing I would add as the last point to consider before considering the road of the vocal channel and by extension creating a channeling circle with other selves is to understand and have a sense of cosmic self-worth, cosmic self-confidence, cosmic self-love. Have the understanding that out of the 7 billion other selves on this planet, each is special, unique, precious, and sacred in their own way. Yes, there are vocal channelers of all different kinds in the world right now, but there's no one exactly like your channel, your radiance of being. There isn't anyone else specifically like your voice would be. So if there's a thought that what you could share is not valuable, what can I share that hasn't been shared? That's not something to worry about, because every angle and every perspective, the totality of your energies, your awareness, your way of looking at things is unique to you. And the social memory complexes of the Confederation will rely on that as they entangle their light with your light, their love with your love, and produce this message. Your essence, your angle, your perspective, the uniqueness of your being will color that message and bring it down to earth, so to speak, so that our brothers and sisters may digest it and make use of it in any way that they can. There is no other channel like you. That's a key understanding. And with the thousands of beings in the trans-dimensional planes and the higher densities, there is no shortage, especially in the Confederation, of members to channel. The Confederation, if I recall, is comprised of 500 civilizations. So there's plenty of sources for you to grow close to, get to know, and share a joint message of light, love, and love light. And I suppose just to add before closing is that before we become channels of a specific higher density being, we become channels of the light and the love of intelligent infinity. It is when we become clear and open channels of light, of love, of peace, of joy, that the members of the Confederation, our higher density brothers and sisters, can ride that wave of light love flowing through us with their words and bring a message out into the universe. So, if you align with these mentalities, with these thoughts, with these feelings, then continue on. You are ready to become a love light instrument, an instrument of light love.